Almost. Okay, now we're live. Hey, everybody. Justin, a.k.a. Demonic Sweaters. And this is the 10,000 subscriber special. Yay! I should have had some sound effects prepared. Let's switch to grid view here. That makes it seem less weird. Satoshi is still waking up. Will is woken up. Put my head over here. Okay. So let's see. Everybody, does everybody know where to see the live chat? Like if you go to the YouTube channel, like, and I mean you guys that are here on the call, if you want to see what people are saying in the chat, you have to go to the actual YouTube page to see it. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some responses would be helpful.
I don't have the link to the YouTube.
Just go to my page. It's just youtube.com/demonic sweaters, and
Okay.
it'll be like on the top there somewhere. Hey, Lord Duranzo. See, we already have a chatter, so that's why you guys should probably look at it.
Okay.
All right, so here we are.
Business now open and excited.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to mute the volume on there.
Yeah, mute it.
So bear with us here, everybody, if you're just tuning in. We're getting a lot of people on this call, and we're trying to get all the kinks worked out here. So, and Benedict White says, well done for getting to 10,000 subscribers, and thank you very much. And actually, that happened like, what was it, like a week ago? And crazily, I'm already like halfway to 11,000, like now. Like, it's like, once you get past a certain amount, it just like starts, it's like a snowball effect. Like, it takes forever to get to your first like 1,000. And then it takes like half the time to get to 2,000 after that, then half the time of that to get to 3,000, and etc. Then it just keeps going faster. It's pretty cool.
Awesome,
but
man.
it sucks in the beginning. Sucks in the beginning. Because, like, I mean, I've had this YouTube channel for, when? I started it when I still lived in Florida. Back in 2009. When I first started, but I didn't really do anything with it until like I really got serious about like wanting to do YouTube probably in 2015. So it's been like 5 years really to get to like this many subscribers, like actually trying. and in the beginning I had no idea what I was doing, and I still don't half the time. So I tried like so many different things. Like, it's so funny if you go through like the old videos on the channel, like there's like all these like, you can see all these like random ideas that I tried. And hey, MTF8 or MT Fate. And yeah, Benedict White says, I can see it happen 500 subs ago. Yep. Pretty crazy. So does everybody here, let's see who all we have on the call right now. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, or yourselves again. To those who weren't here for the last call, or for the last stream, and for those who weren't on the last stream. So let's go ahead and start with you, Oli. Let me switch back to the speaker view here. All right. So, Oli, introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Oli.
Uh-oh, she's got a mic now.
I live in Miami, Florida, with my bird, Larry. This is Mary, and I play music. I'm just not going to play any tonight, and I'm going to be releasing an EP in September on Public Works record. It's actually also my record label. We have a bunch of great artists: Rick Moon, Highline, Nick County, Rachel Angel, Juan Ledesma. Check it out after this.
What's the address?
Public Works Rec on Instagram right now.
Oh, okay. And also, why don't you tell everybody about that amazingly cool Instagram karaoke thing you do?
Oh, yeah. I have a party. It's called Let's Sing. and it's every Monday, 9 p.m. EST, Eastern Time, for you guys worldwide. I don't know what it is, GMT, but you can sign up to sing by sending me a DM, and it's virtual karaoke. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you have to see it. It's a really ingenious idea, and I'm going to write it in the chat here so everybody can see how it's actually spelled. It's Let Sang, like past tense almost. Is there an S after the let, and then an S after the, or two S's beside each other, or it's just one S?
Yeah, it's LETSSANG.
Cool. And SKK Earth says beautiful bird, talking about Larry, I assume.
He likes to eat my computer. Like, he's ripped off the keys of my computer before, so I have to be careful with him. Yeah. Whoa! And he likes to fly around.
Oh, man. Okay, so let's go ahead, Ronan. Why don't you give yourself a little intro there?
Hey, my name is Ronan. Is this coming across the mic okay?
No, it's very quiet.
Is it any better?
Yes. Hold it closer. Even closer.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Ronan Conroy. I'm a singer-songwriter based in Brooklyn, New York. And got a bunch of albums out there. So you can check me out on YouTube at Ronan Conroy. I've got several solo albums out on Bandcamp as well. And yeah, Justin is the go-to drummer that I use for a lot of my recordings. And right now, not at the precise moment, but recently super psyched that he's playing live gigs with me as well. My producer and good friend Charlie, who helps, he usually does the bass lines and the keyboards and a bunch of other music on my recordings. He's also, as I mentioned, my producer. So having Charlie and Justin play gigs with me is pretty awesome because they know the songs inside and out, and they're just incredibly talented. So they're really tight rhythm section. But obviously, as I said, right now there are no gigs happening. So hopefully, when this whole thing is over, we're Justin, I think a couple of weeks ago you said we should go on a little tour up the Hudson River when this is all done. I'm still down for that if you are.
Man, it's going to be tough. I mean, it was hard to get people to come out to shows before. I don't know what's going to be happening, after all this.
True.
But we'll see. Maybe people they'll be so bored that they'll go out more. Who knows? Anyway, who wants to go next? Ronan Conroy, everybody. Come on. Will, you clapped. Your turn.
Okay.
Hey, Lee Ellen.
I'm Will Cecina. Sometimes I go by Will Thomas Cecina. I'm a professional freelance multi-instrumentalist, mostly guitarist and singer, and songwriter and producer. I tour with Mandy Harvey, who's a songwriter, or rather, I guess I used to tour with her, but there's no gigs anymore. So, and then I also do local gigs in the Tampa Bay area, and then throughout the state of Florida, just as a hired kind of gun. And more recently, I'm a music teacher too. So I've been teaching some virtual lessons online, trying to shift my, I want to talk a little bit about the business of music. And then a little bit about teaching too, but trying to slowly shift all my income, which was mostly live, to teaching, because that seems to be one of the few things that people will actually pay for in related to music right now. So
yeah, it's although I've been teaching online myself, but I do prefer it in person still, even though it's nice to have the option to be able to teach online. But I miss doing it in person for sure.
In person is, way better, but, for now.
Yeah, for now it's good. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, we have some chatters here. Musical Neptunian says, thank you, running Reaper and Linux, and just followed your video to get my plugins working under Carla. Oh, you're welcome. Glad it was helpful. So yeah, I mean, YouTube's a great place to teach and to learn. Obviously, there's like so many people out there uploading amazing some of the stuff that I see on YouTube of like the advanced level of like musical concepts I see sometimes, I'm like, this is way over what I'm thinking. You know, like 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 guys like Adam Neely and those type of dudes. Like, but he's
Yeah.
great though. But all right, so Chiaki, why don't you
Hi.
say hi to everybody?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chiaki. I I live in Long Island, and I moved here last September. I'm just learning English now. I made two songs last December with Justin. Yeah, that band name is Hamus. So we upload YouTube video on Justin's channels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I also join Japanese band because I moved here from Japan. That band name is Potato and Blanc and Amaen. Yeah. Yeah, I made some songs with Japanese bandmate online now. Yeah, so I wanna play this Japanese song today. Thank you.
Nice. Very good.
Thank
Excited to hear them. So also just to let everybody know who's out there in the chat that feel free to ask questions to anybody and just to say whatever you want. This is trying to be a more participatory thing and just kind of a big hangout and chat. So feel free to ask away to anybody here, any questions or just whatever, any questions about anything. So who hasn't gone yet? Is everybody said who they are?
Oh.
Satoshi.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Satoshi.
Your
AKA,
camera went off. Oh, there, it's back. Okay.
Playing for my project Echoscape. Live in Tokyo, Japan, but used to live in New York. And Justin played for quite many Echoscape songs in the previous recordings. Yeah, Ronan and Justin were good friends there. But now we're back on YouTube together, so very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, when Chiaki used to live in Tokyo, my band Echoscape played a couple gigs together with her band Blanco. It's like, post-punk type of band. Very good bands, good times. Hopefully, we can play live shows again. Usually, I got a bassist and a drummer, Hiro and Bano. Yeah, but the only thing we can do is like Zoom hangout. So I just happened to did that with them a few days ago. So, but yeah, maybe we'll do live broadcasts or something.
Yeah.
Off timing and.
Actually, what's been cool about this whole thing is I've actually talked to way more of my friends on the phone and like, video chat than I have in a long time. Because, like, I remember, before the internet totally took over everything, like, we used to talk on the phone to each other, like people did. Like, people don't really talk on the phone that much anymore. Or is that just me?
People don't talk on the phone.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
But now people are starting to talk more. Like, I've been talking to my friend Gonzalo, who's in St. Pete, talking to all you guys, and just having, like, FaceTimes and video chats and stuff with people. But it's pretty cool. Oh, here's, I think Yannick just came on the call. So let's see. Yep, there he is. Wait, what happened? Okay, so now it just says +3. How do I do this? Yannick, go ahead and introduce yourself. See if it'll let you take the camera here. Hello? Yannick, you have no sound. No sound. Nope. So let's see. Empty Fate says before text. Yeah. Maybe before text. I think like when people were just texting, they still talked on the phone because it took like forever to type on those like numerical keypads. It was when the actual real QWERTY keyboard came out on the phone is when texting became like super. So I can't type on a numerical keypad. I never could. I remember like a couple years ago, I did like a smartphone. I tried to stop. I think this was like in 2017 or 2018. I tried to stop and I got like a flip phone again. That didn't last. I mean, I kept it longer than you'd think, though. I was using that thing for probably about 3 or 4 months until I just couldn't take it anymore.
That's funny, man. I feel like I couldn't, like, for me, because I get so much like work requests via text, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp now, email, everything. Like if I didn't have a smartphone, I would be missing out on a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, or maybe it'd be one of those weird things where it might like trick people into thinking if you're harder to get a hold of, then you're like, no. You're shaking your head no.
Not on my level. Maybe if I was like Bill Murray or something. Yeah. But for like a wedding gig,
yeah, they'll just call the next guy.
They just call the next guy.
Yeah. Like whatever.
Yeah.
I have to do more work to get a hold of him. No thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, so one of the things I wanted to ask you guys, I did a poll on my YouTube channel. Actually, let me see what the results are. Because I went back on this kind of Nirvana kick lately. I hadn't listened to them in so long. And like I went back and listened to all the studio recordings. And I did a poll of what people's what they thought the best studio Nirvana recording was. And I wanted to see what you guys thought. As well as see what the results of this poll was. So let me get to that here.
Oh, cool.
That's really hard to say. I mean, Nirvana near and dear to my heart when I was in college. So
turn up your mic, Ronan. It's too low. Too low.
When I was in college, that's back when I was first, discovering indie music.
Studio Nirvana recording guitar. Was. And I wanted to see what you guys thought. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Still messing with my input volume. Something's kind of off with that.
There you go. There you go. Now it's good.
Yeah, hopefully it'll stay good. Now, Nirvana near and dear to my heart. And when I was first learning how to play guitar in college, when I was kind of in my early 20s, late teens rather, Nirvana were big for me, and I learned how to play so much of their catalog and listen to so much of their music. I don't know how the hell you'd pick one or two favorite songs.
I didn't say songs. I said album.
Even picking a favorite album, I mean, you pick Nevermind because it's so well produced and has all the favorite songs on there, but then things like Aneurysm isn't on there, or In Utero has all these amazing songs on it. And then
okay.
You've got About
so
Girl,
you like them all equally?
I don't know if equally, but I don't know if I could pick a favorite.
Well, then that's equally. Wouldn't you say?
I think I like About a Girl least of all for some reason. That's my least favorite.
That's not an album.
Not About a Girl. The one that About a Girl is on. What's
Bleach?
That? Bleach.
Yeah.
Bleach.
Look, it depends on the mood. Depends on how you're feeling.
Okay, well,
self-pitying, then this album. Angry and Ready to Fight, a different album. It's a different kind of
well,
mood.
Here's the results of the poll, and I had 32 votes. 50% said Nevermind, 25% said Bleach, and 25% said In Utero. So, interesting. I would pick Nevermind as well, actually. Even though I love In Utero, but I think Nevermind is a better album, like start to finish. I think just every song on that album is really solid, really, really good, and the recording is just incredible. I don't really like Bleach very much at all, actually. Like, I think it's okay, but they really didn't even sound like themselves yet. There's only like 1 or 2 songs on there that really sound like how Nirvana ended up sounding to me. And And I don't like the drummer on that album either. Chad, what was his name? Chad Manning or whatever.
But by the way, he was playing on Nevermind as well.
No, he didn't.
His drum track was on one of the songs. I don't remember which one.
It's just the cymbals on one song. It is. It's just like there's just like a cymbal crash. That's all it is.
But he's very proud of it. I was reading an interview and.
Yeah, well, he sucked. I mean, sorry, but he did. He really was not a good drummer. Dave Grohl took a decent band and like basically just, I mean, they had the setup and then he just knocked it out of the park. Like, cause he just delivered those songs with such power, you know, and he's such a hard hitter. Crazy. I mean, it made the biggest difference. They just transformed into like a million times better band with Dave Grohl, in my opinion. And I think he's, well, okay. How about somebody else? Anybody else have an opinion on this?
Yeah, I think Nevermind it's really polished album. You know, everything was like who was the producer? Butch Vig, right? This guy.
Well, he recorded it, but he didn't mix it.
He didn't mix it?
No, it was mixed by, what was that guy's name, Ronan? We were talking about this earlier. It's this guy who mixed an insane amount of great albums. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was looking at his credits. I can't remember his name. But really, really amazing mixer. Like, they started mixing it with Butch Vig. And Butch...
Wallace, eh?
What was it?
Andy Wallace?
Yeah, Andy Wallace. And Butch and Nirvana both... none of them were happy with how it was sounding. And so they picked Wallace because he'd mixed a Slayer album. That's why they picked him. And like, wow. And then so they picked, but he mixed all kinds of stuff, like it's Slayer, Paul McCartney, like ridiculous amount of stuff. Like his list is insane. He's just one of those guys that just mixes really well.
So Empty Fate says he thought there was only one Nirvana album. I just had to call that out.
Which one?
I don't know. He didn't say which one.
And,
I guess they weren't a huge, blip on his radar for some reason.
All right. Lord Duranzo says In Utero, and In Utero I love. It's really good, but I love the sound is super raw, and it's really aggressive. But yeah. Anybody else? Toshi, Oli, Will?
I owned Insecticide, which I didn't realize till now. I was like, wait a minute, what about the one with the weird cover? It's a compilation album. I just realized it because I looked it up on Discogs. I was like, wait. I was like, Reach. Wait, never mind. I was like, wait. There's one missing, but it's just, yeah. I was going to say, what about Insecticide, but it doesn't count. So.
What about Nirvana Unplugged MTV?
Not a studio. Not a studio album.
Oh, please. You didn't say studio albums.
Yeah, I did. That's what I said. But I also listened to the Unplugged, or watched it, and it's really good. I mean, it is really good.
Really good covers. 8 puppet covers.
Yeah. It was actually, what's really cool about that is they seem like a band that wouldn't be able to play like that, but they totally could. And it actually worked really well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on these albums, Will?
Definitely In Utero. I actually like the songs better. And I like the production more. Like whenever I'm recording drums, especially at home, like I'll use like a reverb to try to capture that like
the Steve Albini sound. Yeah,
that like large drum room kind of crashy sound that it has. It's just trashy. But I mean, Nevermind it's like right underneath it.
Yeah, I love the drum sound on Nevermind too. I think it sounds really nice. It's cleaner, but they still sound powerful. Sound good.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. No copyright claims. Let's see. Empty Fate says, so going back to those days and the fact that Pearl Jam was also really big, does anyone remember a great band named Mother Love Bone? I remember the name. I don't remember the band, really.
They were another Seattle band.
Yeah.
I remember them.
I don't remember what they, like, their songs. I don't remember that.
I think I would get them confused with the I'm Going Hungry, Temple of the Dog.
Yeah, that was Temple of the Dog. That was like Pearl Jam with Soundgarden, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like Pearl Jam. I actually hated Pearl Jam. I still hate Pearl Jam.
They had a couple good songs.
Yeah, I don't know. They just bothered me. Seemed like a bunch of posers.
You think that Eddie Vedder's a poser? He seems pretty hard ass to me. I mean, I don't like Pearl Jam either, but like, I just mean him as a person.
Well, maybe he's not a poser, but their drummer definitely is a poser. Like the rest of the band, they just look like the biggest cheese balls. Like I always thought they were like hair metal guys that like change their clothes to like fit into the grunge scene. That's like what I always thought about Pearl Jam. Like, oh, everybody's doing this now. We better get new outfits.
That's funny.
Let's see. LFE Custom says Mudhoney and Sonic Youth as well. Yes, of course. Empty Fate says that song was dedicated to the vocalist of MLB who died. Oh, really? I didn't know that. The Going Hungry song? Huh. So, Yannick, did you get your mic to work? Oh, yeah, we did. We got that.
Yes.
All right,
yeah.
so why don't one of you guys... Who wants to play a song? Anyone? You guys are all so quiet. Come on, man. Talk. We're on a live stream here.
It's hard to like talk without talking over someone.
That's
totally
fine.
I noticed that when people are watching TV. All right, I'll play a chunk of a song.
Okay.
But here's the challenge though. You guys have to pick out the melody, and I'll give you a hint. It might be a Disney song.
Again, copyrights.
Can I really not play it?
No, go ahead. It's fine. I think it should be fine.
All right, here comes the song. Any guesses?
I think Oli guessed it in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I was singing it, but I put myself on mute because it'd be annoying if I sang it out loud.
I wish you did. Even if it was annoying, it still would be fun.
What's
What
Star
movie
Wars
was that?
theme
Was that like the little mouse movie?
Yes.
Fight
American Tail.
American
Song.
Tail. Somewhere. That song, I love that song.
It's not Baby Yoda.
I don't even know that
It was a
song,
duet.
actually, I don't think.
I love Disney songs. They're like, for playing any instrument and like learning how to do like a melody and chord stuff at the same time. They're really good like learning tools because you could like, I'm just gonna do a random bass line with just the melody. All I did is just walk down grammatically, and it sounded good because the melody's so good.
Hi.
Who like does Disney have like a core composer group who's done a lot of the stuff, or is it just whoever?
I think whoever is big at the time, you know.
Yeah,
but
but
it
they've been
seems-
around for so long.
Yeah, it seems like they generally pick people that are capable of writing songs that aren't trendy, if that makes sense. That like are classics, so you could make.
Timeless.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
you could make it sound trendy if you want to, but that still can sound good with just simple accompaniment, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of songwriting is like the real deal.
Yeah, that's my favorite songwriting.
So how about Ronan? Why don't you give us a song, Ronan?
Go Ronan.
Sure.
Let's hear something.
All right.
Come on, Ronan. A round of applause for Ronan, everybody.
And that was really cool, Will. Thanks for that.
This is not a Disney song. So I'm good. Hopefully the mic problems are sorted out. Just kind of
Sounds better, yeah.
Skype on my laptop are battling for control of who decides what the mic should be doing, but I think it's okay now. I'm gonna just do a cover, so I'll probably get sued for this too, copyright. This is speaking of the grunge era and the 90s and all that. This is a band called Idaho, which flew under the radar for a lot of people. Not everyone has heard of this band, but I really liked them, especially this one album. The guy's just got a really kind of low voice, and it's very kind of shimmering, open chord style music. Is kind of cool. So it's been on my mind, this song, so I've been kind of working it out. And stop me if the volumes are off. Difficult to see why you are not happy. You'll meet me upstairs like you should not care. The wings make patterns so bold. Like you're scared. You have slept wandering through a place you can have. You keep the rocks in your heart because you feel. Don't panic, it's all right. You face any storm. Give it up. Slip your way, slip your hole.
left, wandering through a place you can't have.
Very nice. Nice work, Ronan.
Part of why I love that song is the lyrics. You know, the first lines, you know, the harder you try to be respected, it's not difficult to see why you are not happy, which is just a really smart piece of lyric writing. Aside from the song and how great it sounds, just that those first two lines really draw you into the song, I think. It's definitely a good album. I recommend checking out Idaho's album with that song on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have some chatters here. Craig Slater says, "Hey man, I bought an Elisa's Nitro kit after watching your videos. I got it yesterday. I've been glued to it ever since. Thanks for the heads up. Channel has been great for tips too. Thanks a lot. Glad you found those helpful." Musical Neptunian says, "Being in Australia, there's a lot of American bands that I never got across." And oh wow, geez, thank you. I just got a support from Juan Lopez. Thanks so much, man. Musical Neptunian says, "I did the pop quiz and 80s music I know the most about any decade." I love 80s music. And also he says, 90s I kind of missed. Empty Fate says, "Where's the clap emoji?" I think you have to click that little, the smiley face button down under the chat, and then like there's like a box button comes up, and then you have to like scroll through all those different symbols in there, and then eventually you'll find it. Now I can't get out of it. On that. Is that Will?
I like the slow, sarcastic clap. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to get back to the regular keyboard on my YouTube chat, but I'll just answer them by talking. So, yeah, let's see. We got 15 people out there now. Thanks all you guys for watching, for being here. It's really cool. And thanks to everybody for checking out my videos. And I hope you guys, everybody here, just about everybody here, I think almost all you guys have YouTube channels, right?
Yes.
So
100%.
be sure to post them in the chat there so everybody watching can go subscribe channels as well. And oh, nice. Are you frozen, Ronan? Frozen.
Yeah, right now he is.
Somebody talk so it takes over this. Oh, there he goes. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys, what distortion pedals do you use, if any?
Oh boy, what distortion pedals do we use? There's
Ronan,
a question
I know you
to
have
throw
like
at
7 billion pedals, but what's one that you like? What's your go-to distortion pedal?
My go-to is the vintage Rat pedal, and I actually have a review of that on my channel. I have the vintage and I have a reissue, and I was like, do these sound the same? They don't. The vintage, for some reason, has a particular capacitor or something in it that gives it a specific sound, and it's just this big black box, but it's just such a great grungy sound. The one that you just bought, Justin, I think that orange pedal.
The DS1?
You know, yeah, there's like the DS1, and then there's the kind of the Metal Zone black pedal. Like those are the kind of standard fare, and I tried to use those, and they just sounded way too Metallica and trash for me. Whereas the Rat is just much more versatile, and it has a really nice grunge sound, but you can lay it down and bring the distortion levels down, just get a little touch of distortion. You can go all the way out and just get a blistering blues sound. That's my go-to pedal for sure.
What about you, Satoshi?
For Echoscape, I never used a distortion pedal.
But for
Well,
anything?
actually, in one recording, I've used. No, that didn't go into the final recording, but Electro Harmonix Big Muff.
I've
No,
never
double
actually
muff.
used a big muff. Did you like it?
Yeah, I had double muff, but that had like some like issue with the circuit itself. Like the mine was like a little broken, so like the sound was on and off. But for my electric set that I don't play for Echoscape, I have Ibanez Overdrive, the green one.
Tube Screamer?
Yeah, right, and also Rat, not the vintage one.
Okay.
The Rish one, or
Yep. There's a turbo
My
rat, too.
condolences to you. My condolences, Satoshi, that you've only got the reissue. I'm sorry.
I always like the regular rat, just the rat. Always my favorite of the rats. Rats here. Actual rats, I hate.
Yeah,
Because they're disgusting. What about Will? What do you think about distortion pedals? You have a favorite?
oh yeah, I have this one. It's a company called Wampler, Wampler, and it's a pedal called Plexi Drive, and it's kind of like a Marshall tube amp emulator on one side. It has 3-band EQ and gain and level for one of the overdrives, and then the other one is kind of like an emulator of the Tube Screamer. So when I go on tour, I take that, and what I like to do is I generally leave my overdrive permanently on, just very low gain.
Uh-huh.
So it's always a little bit crunchy, but it also compresses the signal and tightens things up. And then I use the other drive for just like a thicker, kind of more saturated sound. And I use that at weddings and stuff too. That's my favorite for sure.
Nice.
I have 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah. Just in case one breaks or something, and they just I love it.
I do that too. I've been thinking about buying another one of these. I have this PSO4, and I love this little thing. And at one point, I actually did have 2 of them for that very reason. And then I sold one. Now I'm getting paranoid again. I'm like, oh, I only have one. Maybe I should buy another one.
Yeah.
Because they don't make them now, you know?
Yeah.
Anybody else have a comment on their favorite distortion pedal? Chiaki or Yannick? Yannick, I don't hear you. Wait, let me see.
Yeah.
Muted?
Oli was showing Vox pedal.
And Oli seems to be muted too. You guys are both muted, and I can't unmute.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Oops.
have DS1.
I was showing this old pedal that I still have. Do you recognize this?
Wait, your camera's... Oh, yeah. Whoa, wait, you had that way back.
You gave this to me. Look, it even says on the back.
Oh,
I love
wow.
you.
That's crazy.
Isn't that so
That's so
cute?
cool.
Wow, I can't believe you still have that.
Yeah, I like it actually. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't play guitar anymore, but if I did, right here.
Wow, that's great. That's really cool.
Great.
It's pretty warm sounding for those who want to check it out. It's,
Do they still
Yes.
even make that thing? They probably don't.
I don't know.
Probably not. What's the model on it? Hey.
It says distortion booster right here.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Wow.
And the model V830.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. I used to use it with that tube, like wannabe Fender, but it was a crate.
Yeah, well,
And
that thing,
it's actually
that thing
good with
was
that.
that thing was actually tube though. Great.
Yeah, it was tube.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why this sounded good, but I don't know.
Me and Oli used to play in a couple bands together. For those out there watching, we played in one called Hema, where Oli played guitar and sang, played drums, and then we played in another one called The Fun, where I played guitar and sang, and Oli played bass. The Fun is actually on Anthill Recordings. I should put that Hema stuff up there. Do I even have that? You have that? You're shaking your head? No.
I just like don't want to put it out, I think.
Well, you know, the one that I really like is the one that we recorded as my final project. for school.
Oh, that one's good though, I think, but I never heard that one.
That one was good, and I don't have a copy of that anymore. I may have a DAT somewhere, but getting DATs transferred is like really difficult these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
people still
just-
have DAT machines. I bet Rat does.
Yeah, I know people still have them, but they're just hard to. People want to charge a ton of money. I actually have a DAT of
Ask
another old
Rat.
band I was in. I don't really talk to Rat anymore.
I talk to him all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to look for it and see if I even still have it.
Hey, just maybe somebody else is selling it on Bandcamp, like what happened to your.
Yeah.
You said this week you discovered some. Was it Lincoln and other stuff was on there?
Yeah, it was Lincoln and Kukim. Some Bandcamp page was selling our stuff.
Wow.
And it really
you guys
pissed-
are so plagued.
It really pissed me off too because like there was like 150 supporters. I'm like, God, man, like that is probably like $400 or something. I'm like,
That's crazy.
but he took it down. Still,
Was it the guy who ran the label?
I have no idea who this person is. He's from West Virginia, but I've never heard his name, and I never heard his name before, and I asked some of my friends there. Nobody has heard of him. Just some rando from West Virginia.
It's crazy.
And I don't understand what makes people think they can do that. Like, it's like, oh, I'm just going to upload these recordings of a band that I had nothing to do with and let people give me money for them. Like, why do they think that that's okay?
Because it's great exposure, man. It's great exposure. It's really gonna further your career.
Uh-huh. I don't need any more exposure for 20-year-old bands I was in.
The same reason people think that it's cool to steal packages off the doorstep or like any other random low-level crime action that goes on.
Yeah. Hey, Mara Demarian says hello, and I say hello back, and now she's saying hi to you, Ronan.
Well, MTF8 thinks that's a bot.
Oh yeah, it is. I see the "Can we be friends" now. Okay, let me block that thing.
All my friends are bots.
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't understand how people are even doing bots on YouTube. I don't understand how that would even work. I wonder if Sherry's actually going to come back. Not. All right, who wants to play a song?
I can play.
Toshi? Okay. What are you going to play for us?
This is an instrumental song called "What You Found."
Right.
Oh, Mara is still around. Maybe that's a real person. I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, sorry. If so.
I already blocked her. Oops. But she's still getting messages through somehow.
Yeah. All right, here you go. Thank you.
Very good, man. How do you
Doing
put
alright?
something like that together?
I don't know. Well,
Like,
this is drop D tuning, so
Huh?
that's the key. No, not in terms of key signature, but there's like phrase, just patterns, or melodies I kind of come up with, or
do you write it in like little pieces and put it all together, or do you have like
Yeah.
one?
I don't know. But that's like octave, right? So, or some chords. I can't explain.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Tapping on an acoustic guitar is so hard for me. I just can't do it. I could barely tap on an electric guitar.
Same. I can tap on acoustic guitar. Like I'm trying, but the sound is not the one I'm doing on electric one.
Yeah. It seems like you have to do it so hard, you know. On,
Well, are they really light gauge strings, or what are you using?
This is, I think, custom light or something by
Okay.
Dario. So the top is 0.12, and the bottom is, I forgot, 50 something.
I mean, that's still
But yeah,
like,
it is acoustic gauge. Yeah.
That's not that light, though. I mean, a light gauge is like a 0.00 or like a 9 or something, right?
11.
but that's
I forgot.
electric.
Yeah, I guess.
No, it's like custom light for acoustic. So it's lighter than medium, and some strings are lighter than the Dario light acoustic gauge.
It's like a heavy bottom, light top, or heavy top, light bottom.
Something like that.
Yeah, they make
but,
those for electric.
Okay.
How often you change strings?
I haven't been changing it for a while.
Yeah, I just recently changed my strings onto my acoustic guitars, and like one I bought on some market when I was driving to Washington DC, and like it was like 3 years ago. I never changed strings, so I recently started playing a lot of acoustic guitar. It like my fingers like hurt really crazy. Like I couldn't even push on them. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna change all my strings. So I changed. It's wonderful, you know. It's the best feeling you can get. The
Yeah.
new strings.
On acoustic, it can really make it. On anything, it can make a big difference. But especially if they get old and like rusty and like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like the old strings, but I never changed them.
I just put new strings on this yesterday, and they were on for I don't know how long they were on, but the top strings are starting to buzz. You know, when the fretboard warps and it's going against that fret, and I'm like, oh, is the guitar warped? Is it dried out? It was just the strings are so old; they were just sounding crap.
Yeah.
So I put these new strings on yesterday, and it's like completely new guitar. Just really zingy and metallic and bouncy and easier on the fingers to play. It's a big difference. You should change your strings on a regular basis, but we forget to do it as guitarists. It's like whatever.
The only thing I don't like to change strings on though are my bass. Because for one, I use flat wounds on my bass. Like, I don't like them to sound new at all. Like, I like really dull. Really, I don't know. Bass strings are just different. I mean, maybe if you're using round wounds, they're the same, but flat wounds, like new, they sound too. I want them to sound muffled.
Too Seinfeld.
Yeah, exactly. I want them to sound muffled. I like that kind of muffly bass sound.
Like the Paul McCartney,
Yeah, exactly.
Pet Sounds thing.
And when I'm playing my fretted bass, I put a sponge under the bridge, like strings by the bridge.
That's a cool trick.
It sounds
Charlie
good,
does that a lot when he's recording. Yeah, it's a good trick.
But by the way, about the sponge, I have this I don't know how it's called, device or whatever. You put it in an acoustic guitar, so you sort of if it's dry in your room, it sort of keep the moisture and stuff.
Yeah.
I like this thing. I think guitar is feeling better.
Well, yeah.
Because
Here in New York, especially, you need to do that. It's like what I do is I just take some like a paper towel, get some water on it, put it in a plastic bag, and poke holes in it. And then you can just put that in the case. That usually works. You can use a sponge too. Just put it in a plastic bag with holes. Lock.
Yeah. These are the tricks that they don't necessarily teach you when you first get a guitar. And a lot of beginner guitarists like to have their guitar out and it dries out and then it becomes unplayable. But years later, someone tells you got to humidify the thing, keep it in the case.
Yeah.
Unless you have a guitar room with a big humidifier running in the room. But maybe if I move to Florida someday, I can have my humidifier guitar room. But in New York City, no, we don't have such luxuries here.
What's really bad is when they do dry out and the neck shrinks and then the frets start sticking out from the edges, and then it's like razor blades on the edges of the neck, trying to like play, and then like your fingers are getting all up. That's like the worst.
Just play till your fingers bleed, Justin. What the hell? You gotta just be hardcore, old school.
Cool, old school finger slicing. I love how like Will laughed and then the camera switched to him and then it was like this long pause of silence. All right.
Satoshi, I see some update on your walls. There's some like sort of art behind you.
Yes.
Where...
Those are made by me. These are
Nice.
soundproof thingy. So this like
Is that the scientific term for him? Soundproof thingy?
forced resonance absorber. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
It looks like carpet padding.
Yeah. It's like foam material. Maybe it could be used for carpet. Could be used for like insulation.
Does it help with the sound?
Well, I hope so. I'm just trying to do this for try not to get any complaints from the neighbors.
Yeah.
So.
I had some trouble with my downstairs neighbor for a while. Kind of worked it out. All right. Well, how about Chiaki? Why don't you give us a song? Heard from you. All right.
Okay. Yeah. I can.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to
Sorry.
like command you. If you want to play one, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. I'm trying to move things around.
Okay. This song is name is Room. Yeah.窓に雫が線を描く柔らかな部屋あなたさえもここに入れない一人楽しくコーヒー入れて軽やかな歌思い浮かべて昨日に色づけて遠ざかる人を Thank you.
Wow, that was really beautiful. That was really something.
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't
Very
heard that one
quite-
before. Really nice.
Thank you. It's new song.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what is everybody? Oh, make sure you guys unmute your mics if you come back on. How's everybody's like? What's the status of where you guys are as far as the quarantining and being able to do stuff again? I mean, here, several of us are in New York City, so we're still pretty much under house arrest. But what's it like for what's going on in Tokyo, Satoshi?
So there has been no real lockdown until today. So it's more like the government made a state of emergency, but it just asks you to stay home more. But we're not really like locked down. Like we are allowed to go outside, but most shops are closed, but many restaurants are still open. They are asked to close at 8 p.m. and after 6 p.m. no serving of alcoholic drinks or
Are
something like
restaurants
that.
still open?
Yes.
Oh wow.
But they have to rely on like delivery because nobody goes there.
Okay, yeah, it's same with here. Yeah, they can deliver here, but they can't go in.
We could go in, we could stay and eat, but it's just nobody's there. I mean, they're working, but they don't have many customers coming in to eat.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone's like, try not to spread the virus, I guess.
Yeah.
But the stats are going down. I mean, here the number of new person contracted virus is like considerably small. Compared to the U.S. You guys are way in worse situation. So here it's kind of controlled down. So I think by the end of this month they will remove the state of emergency and then just try to ask everyone to just be careful and considerate. Yeah. So that's the situation. The number of new cases are really, really going down.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What's it like in Miami, Oli? Oli, are you there?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. It's it's slowly reopening, but same thing. Like there's nobody out like in places. Hopefully, it stays that way. I think like the governor is trying to like get everybody back, and like pretty soon. Like I think in this month, so things are just kind of slowly reopening. I don't know. I haven't really been out and about, like not even to the grocery stores. So I just go to like this outdoor market thing.
Oh, really? You haven't gone to grocery stores?
Well, I've been going to an outdoor market.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple weeks since I've been to the grocery store. Because like all the grocery stores have like, someone who worked there got it. And it's just like I'd rather just not go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Here, I mean, we're still going to the grocery store, but about once a week. Laundry, have to go in there too. But I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure I already had it. So I think a lot of people in New York already had it. Like just because it's so basically everywhere. Yannick, though, Yannick had swine flu not that long ago.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, it was swine flu. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I mean, it was in February, but I mean, it's flu. It's very. I mean, I was sick for 2 weeks, and
yeah, that's crazy.
I can't imagine how you feel when you're sick with this COVID-19 thing.
Well, I mean, I don't. Like I said, I never got a test, but I had all the symptoms. Like I lost my sense of smell, and that was the main thing where I was like, and even then when that happened, they hadn't actually released that as an official symptom yet. Now they have, but but I was like, I didn't know what it was. So I was like Googling, I'm like loss of smell. And then the first thing that came up was like people reporting loss of smell with COVID. And I was like, oh, great, And then, but I mean, it didn't feel like the flu exactly. It was weird. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I felt sick for sure, but it just felt a little weird, a little different.
I don't know. I can't stay inside for too long. I'm usually going out on a weekend. Like today, I was on a Jonas Beach, and there was a lot of people there. I mean, of course, like you're trying to stay away from them, but this nice weather. The ocean is still cold, but it's good to be outside sometimes because like I'm going nuts. If I'm going too long at home sitting because I'm working from home. And I mean, I'm going crazy, and it's better to just come out, just to do something.
Yeah, I'm actually like, it's not too bad for me, honestly. I mean, yeah, it's like I mean, today I went for a bike ride and that was nice, but and I miss going to teach, but I'm keeping so busy here that it's really like it's been okay. I've just been able to just really focus on. Just making more videos and writing stuff on my website and writing songs and like, I don't know, I'm doing all right. I mean, the worst thing actually, I mean, getting sick sucked, but the worst thing was during the last stream when I fell down the stairs. Like that was the worst. Like that was fucking horrible. And, but then also I've had like all this weird stuff happen this year. Like it's one of those years like this. Usually this kind of stuff doesn't happen to me, but like I got sick and then I fell down the stairs and now I've got a cavity or something. Like something's going on in my teeth and I can barely chew.
It's 2020. Yeah. What you can expect. You heard about the bees, this crazy bees that
the murder hornets
in California.
Yeah.
It's like a Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made a dentist appointment, but I can't go until like June. Like,
I'm actually scared to go to dentist appointment. Like,
yeah.
I mean, just to go to dentist to, open my mouth and, I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, though, if you look at the actual hard data, the numbers, it's like people between, 18 and 50, whatever, 58. It's like a 0.01% chance of like fatality. It's really low, like really, really low. It's like most of it's not like 75 and up. That's like 99% of the people. I mean, that's not horrible and it sucks, but I think most of us, if I did have it, you would have it probably less than I had it. I was feeling sick and I knew I was feeling sick, but I was trying to pretend like I wasn't. And so I went out and went on like a 15-mile bike ride. like the day I started to feel sick to try to like mentally, I was like trying to like convince myself I wasn't sick, and that just made it way worse. Like, and then I got really sick like after that. But I think if you rest and you're eating well and taking a lot of vitamins, like everybody should be all right.
I don't know when I was wearing mask everywhere, and so I was feeling after that I was feeling like a little bit sick. I was thinking like sick and tired, and then I just figured out because I'm just not getting enough of oxygen.
Yeah.
So I'm going out, and I have a very thick mask, and it's black and everything. So after a while you just can't breathe.
Yeah.
And I feel very tired. So I was scared maybe I got sick of it, But then I'm coming home. And everything is fine. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, when I got sick, it was obvious. There was no doubts. Like it was like it hit me really fast too. Like I was feeling a little bad, but then suddenly it was like my upper back area started killing me. Like it was really, really sore. And then, my fever. Well, it was weird for like 2 or 3 days. I just had chills, but I kept checking my fever and I didn't have one. But I was feeling really cold, like I had a fever. Like chills and hot and chills and hot. And my body was super, super sore. And then after about 3 days, I was sitting here. I checked my temperature. At one point, it was 99. And then like 5 minutes later, it was 102. Like it wasn't even that much longer. It was like it just went up really fast, really quickly. And then like right around that time too is when I started not being able to smell anything. And then I just got really, really tired, and I just laid in bed for like 4 days. And then like one of those nights, it did get kind of hard to breathe, but it just felt like when I would breathe in, it felt like it was already full. Like when I was like trying to breathe in, but it wasn't thank God that scared me, but thank God that only lasted a day, like literally only a day. And then the next day it seemed to be gone. Like weird. So, but yeah, that's why I'm 99% sure. I'm 99.9% if I went to go get the antibody test. I mean, because all the symptoms I had were exactly what they were saying.
Crazy.
Glad you survived.
I think now we start like till June 13th. They
Yeah.
extended.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good that but I mean, it's gonna be like a hard road back.
Yeah.
A lot of people are losing jobs and out of work. New York is one expensive fucking city.
Yes.
Brian, Justin, you're a good friend of mine for years. You're connected to him as well online. He sent me this chart or this graph of, I don't know how trustworthy this is, but it's a map of New York, the boroughs and the kind of wider area, and it says areas where people who were residing in that area for a given random week in February, did they still live there, a given week in May? So I guess the test is people who literally have moved out of the city, and the areas that were kind of highest hit were parts of Manhattan and parts of Brooklyn, like the area that I live in. So that suggests a lot of people have fled New York. So yeah, it was kind of 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50% of residents gone on May 1st, and the biggest kind of 30, 40, 50% blocks were all over Manhattan and parts of Brooklyn closest to the river.
50%?
Percent of residents gone on May 1st. Yeah, and
gone or moved?
Moved. So moved out of that area.
That's
so I mean,
crazy.
you're talking about like one of the like 50% areas will be a block within a small block within Manhattan, which is probably a 5 to 10 city block area. So it's hard to know what the exact numbers are, but anecdotally, I saw a friend of mine online who's been living in New York for years and years. Next thing you know, she's posting all these Instagram pictures of her on the beach, and I'm like, where the hell is this? She just moved to Florida. She just got out of New York. So a lot of people are fleeing the cities, which I hope they flee the cities because maybe it'll bring the rents down.
Yeah, maybe it'll make it cool again.
New York. Yeah,
there's way too many goddamn people here. I don't know, man. Like today I was out, like I said, I went for a bike ride, and it was insane out there. Like thousands of people out there.
That's why I have a 140 decibel horn on my bicycle, because otherwise just too many convoys and it's obviously people's first time on a bicycle.
Yeah.
So they're like cycling along 2 abreast and like 3 or 4 in a row, and you're trying to get around them to try to get your exercise.
All over the road.
So you speed up to go around them, which means you breathe in more, and then like you were saying, like you can't breathe because the mask is over your face. So it's like, it's an ordeal to go out for exercise right now.
Sherry's back.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, it took me so long to like ride my bike back. I underestimated it. It took like an hour.
Yeah, I see that. Well, I'm glad you came back. I wasn't sure you were gonna make it.
Oh, I'm back. I think you're frozen, by the way. Your face.
It'll unfreeze.
Okay. So what I miss?
All kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Fill us in. Fill us in. How are the streets of Manhattan right now?
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so they're not good.
In what way?
There's like literally like fucking like 3,000 people like in the fucking park, no masks, literally like 2 inches like 2 inches apart from each other, and like, and there's like, oh my god, favorite part. So like, basically, I was in the park like just now, and then these group of guys, they're like, yeah, we're like social distancing, and then they like fist pump each other, and then they like body slam each other. Like, I'm like, this is like, ew, like what the fuck? Like, you guys are so dumb. Like, honestly, I was just like, I can't with you people. So then I just like rode past them.
We're doomed.
Yeah, we're basically fucked.
Yes.
Yeah, because of idiots like that.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe your chart now, Ronan. Reading. Man, it's crowded out there still.
You know, the worst thing, you know, we go into the grocery store and these people they wearing masks, but they wearing them like down. You know, they wearing. I mean, what's the point of the mask if you just have it? I saw someone had it on the head. You know.
Oh yeah, I saw it like on top right here, like a little hat.
Yeah.
Or how about the tiny mask? You see the guy with like the tiny mask? Like it's like obviously like a kid's mask or something that's like way too small. And they always have a beard too, so it just looks like this little dot of fabric in like the middle of their beard.
Dude, I saw a dog wearing a mask today.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a paper cup. And then at the end it had like a coffee filter like in the front.
Oh my god. Hey, there you go. I bet you could make a lot of money in New York City selling custom designer dog masks.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to see the mask that my friend Susan made me?
Sure.
Okay. Let me show you. Okay. So, sorry, I'm like in my room. Did you guys play music already?
Yeah, we played some. More will be happening.
Oh, okay. So basically, you know, you get your designs. You have like your flower side, and you got your plaid side.
Oh, nice.
Right? Yep. So, you know, it's cute, right?
Yeah, totally. Oh, you should have tried it on.
Huh?
You should have modeled it. Oh, you were wearing it in the park, but actually nobody saw that because that was before we were actually streaming. Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
You should try it on, but make sure that you only have it like with your nose sticking out, like Yannick was saying. Yeah. So it's kind of like if you wore your swimming trunks but had your, you know, your
yeah. your thing out. It's like,
your hang out.
Right? You know what's really funny? In the park, I see like a bunch of like, you know, bros, and they're all like wearing their masks like this.
Yeah.
Or like this. And I'm like, all right.
No, though, you gotta admit, though, it's really funny when you see somebody driving a car alone and they're wearing a mask.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? I mean, why? They think they're gonna infect themselves?
There's also, I was gonna say, today I saw this guy, right? He was like, so he was like driving his car. And so he was wearing a mask and he was wearing gloves and he had a cigar in his hand. And so he was just doing this. And I'm like, all right, that's like such an oxymoron. Like, you're like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And he had his mask down here.
Oh,
like,
I was going to say, was he inhaling the cigar through the mask? Like, that would be pretty cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that would be dumb, too. I mean, like, yeah.
And then exhale and smoke just...
Oxymoron or just moron?
I never understood.
I mean, both. Yeah.
Why is oxymoron even a word? What is that? How does that make sense? Oxy? What is that?
Oxymoron. It reminds me of like
pronounced oxymoron because just oxymoron sounds like that's got to be wrong. It's got to be oxymoron or some like originally from the Greek or some fucking thing, right?
Too much of a moron.
Oxymoron.
Too much of a moron?
Oxymoron.
I don't know. Oxycontin.
Yeah, that too. There's just like a lot of idiots outside, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is why we're fucked, honestly.
By the way, I was riding today from Long Island. Man, there was pieces of cars on the road, everywhere. People are speeding, like, I don't know, they go in 80s,
yeah,
80, 90 miles an hour, and they don't care. I mean, I don't know what's going on. It's like Mad Max on the road right now.
Yeah, because there's probably no cops out there pulling people over. So they're just like driving like maniacs all over the place. Also, another thing, I don't know if you've noticed that, like, when you walk around, it's like our sidewalks are just like covered with latex gloves.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay.
They're like
I
the
hate
new cigarette butt.
Really. Yeah, no, literally. So when I used to like I was watching these like two pugs like a couple weeks ago, and literally like every time I would like walk them, they would just be like sniffing the masks, like, and I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. That's like unsanitary.
Yeah.
And just like like looking at like oh like what is this like and then not only that but they lick it too. They go like this like that's just so gross. And then you bring your dogs or like
And then they're
I
licking
know,
your face.
dogs that yeah, and it's like ew.
You think
Like,
it
they're
could be
gross. And then
transmitted
not
that
only
way?
I there was a pug in North Carolina that like apparently like tested positive for like
Really?
coronavirus. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very cute. His name is Winston. Mhm.
Yeah, I heard, a lot of animals can get it.
Like that tiger.
Yeah. Whatever happened with that? Do you think they just said that because of Tiger King? Like, because
Yeah.
Tiger King was, like, super popular right when that happened? I just thought that was weird. Like, I don't know. To me, it seemed like some weird,
Yeah.
like, reporter trying to make headlines with, like, oh, I'm going to take the most popular show and then the virus everybody's talking about and say, and a tiger has coronavirus.
I think it was just a weird coincidence.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Maybe. Could have been.
Yeah, it was just like a weird coincidence. But this little pug in like North Carolina, he got his nose swabbed, so they like put like a little like little Q-tip up his nose, and he was just like this. It's cute. I'll show you a picture later.
Okay.
Sounds
good. Well, you can show it here.
How do I do that?
I don't know, actually. I have no idea. Your camera
how
went
do I-
off, though.
Oh, I did. I went to go search for the picture.
Oh, okay. Well, if somebody else starts talking, you can that and it'll take over. So, how about Yannick? Why don't you give us some soundscape here for a little bit? You feel like doing that, or you just want to?
Yeah. I'm gonna play my synthesizers.
Okay. Gary, you sent us a snapshot of the chat.
How do I? Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea how.
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh shit! What'd I do?
Nice, man. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was really cool. It was very craftworky that time.
Nice.
Yeah, I was listening to a lot of craft work recently.
Cool. Is Will
Where's
still
that
here?
teddy bear?
I know Will said he had to get going, so let's let Will say a few words. Are you there?
Adios, everybody. Good to see you. And Justin, congratulations, man. Thanks for having me on and putting this thing together.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on, and hope you had a good time.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Come back again. Well, I mean, if you want, any one of you guys want to come on for a stream, you know, like a smaller one or anytime, just let me know. But
Sounds good, man. Bye, guys. Take care.
You will.
I will.
Good to see you, man.
Stay safe.
Nice to meet you.
So yeah, the craft work stuff.
Wait, what about Kraftwerk?
Well, I was saying what Yannick played kind of reminded me of them.
Ah, okay. I don't know who they are.
Really?
I really don't. I don't know.
Wow.
What are they?
Well, I'll forgive you
So
because
that-
you're young.
They're a seminal influence on a lot of modern synth and electronic music, but I guess they got started in the 70s, right? The late 70s, is that right? And they're big in the 80s at least. A couple of guys from Germany co-founded Kraftwerk. I don't know their full history, but there's usually 3 or 4 of them, right? One of the co-founders just passed away like a week or two ago, so this has a big resurgence of their music as a result. But they've been around for decades. But they were touring in the last decade or so, headlining festivals and getting really big and influential again.
Oh shit!
But you should check out like Trans Europa Express.
Okay.
Detroit techno is based
how do
on
you spell that?
Kraftwerk work because they were these guys from Detroit. They were influenced by Kraftwerk, and they used the beats. Everything was based on Kraftwerk.
They would like literally use their records, you know, and like like sample the records and stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna look them up.
It's with a
I don't know
K,
that much
Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk? Okay. Like craft and then work, like one word.
Yeah, and don't they spell work with an E? Is W-E-R-K?
W-E-R-K, Kraftwerk.
Okay.
German. Yes, Kraft.
I will look them up.
Juan Lopez says he has to go. Thanks a lot for this live. Awesome. And thank you, Juan. Thanks for the donation there. That was very generous. Thanks so much. And thanks for coming by.
How can people donate to you?
Through like I have like super chat in YouTube. There's a little dollar symbol there in the chat, and they can click that and send me money if they want, which is nice. I always say too, like, you know, if somebody wants to support the channel, the best way is just to go to anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com buy something there or whatever. Just watch the channel. You don't have to send or buy money, buy anything or whatever. But if you do, that's great too. However you want to do it, it's totally cool. I'm just happy people are out there and get something out of this, which is nice. Oli, what happened to Larry?
Larry gets really fussy at this time of night, so I have to put him away because he will just fight me and yell. It's bedtime.
Oh, okay.
Was Larry the bird?
Yeah, Larry's the bird. Larry Bird.
He's here.
Aw.
Yeah.
He's cute.
He's a very sweet bird, very loving bird.
So cute.
That's the first time I've ever heard a bird described as loving.
You don't know a lot of birds because the birds are like pretty. I mean, I guess the cockatiels, they're just like obsessive over their owners because they think they're their partner.
Oh.
So like they're just like in love, like seriously, intensely.
I don't know any birds, actually. The only person I knew with a bird was my friend Billy when I was a kid, like 10 years old. And he had a parrot named Juanita.
People who own birds are crazy usually because birds make constant sounds, like they're chirping incessantly, and like that'll drive most normal people, I think, crazy, but especially musical people. Like I'm so sensitive to his chirping, and it drives me insane. Like I feel crazy half the day because he's chirping.
Even when you're trying to sleep, it's chirping?
No, he goes to sleep like at night.
Oh, okay.
Like now is his quiet time, When the sun goes down, he gets quiet. Thank God.
So they're basically like miniature roosters. As soon as the sun comes up, they start making sounds. I mean, a rooster's a bird. I mean, I guess that would make sense.
They need like a lot of reassurance. Like they want to know where you are all the time.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sounds like an annoying partner.
You would hate it.
The
Like
one,
I'll
the
tell
one
you
that texts you all the time. Like,
you would hate it. They're so needy.
What are you doing? Why didn't you text me back?
Exactly. They're like in the other room though.
I texted you like 4 times before you responded.
The only time he stops is when he's just right here. And even sometimes when he's right here, he still has to squawk in my ear. And I'm like, I kind of squish him a little.
I chirped like 4 times before you said anything.
Yeah.
Are you
Do you have
drinking
your
wine?
sugar pet?
Yeah. Rosé,
Nice.
Whispering Angel, half bottle, not the full bottle.
Did you get it delivered?
We got it like a couple weeks ago.
Jerry, you're like so close to the screen, to the camera. It's like all I see is your nose
Oh,
and
am
your
I?
eyes.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Like I've been told that though. Like every time I have like a Zoom meeting at work, I'm always like this, and then everyone's like, "Your face is really close," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
That's like when I talk to my mom on FaceTime. This is what it's like. Let me see if I can do this. Like,
Mhm.
I can imagine your mom.
like sometimes
Yep. Mhm. Oh my god, when my dad FaceTimes me, he's always like, "So, can you hear me? Can you hear me?" Like as if like he like I can hear him better if he's like holding his phone closer, like, like mouth wise. I'm like, I can hear you like perfectly fine. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah.
your dad sends you some pretty hilarious texts too. You've showed me a
He
couple.
does. Yeah. I think he's just dumb, to be honest.
Oh, that's not nice to say about your dad.
He is though. He is. He is. I remember, did you see that text that he like sent me? It was like about like a year ago. It was just like we were talking about like how like fatty foods like he Do you remember that one? The one that I posted like a year ago?
Yeah, I think so. Where
It
wait,
was like,
was that when you
yeah.
got sick? Then he was like, "You need to eat." Like he went on this long.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So I had the flu back in January, and I was like, I have the flu. I have to take flu medication.
You think it was the flu?
Yeah. I think it was the flu. Yeah. And then he was like, eat more vegetables, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Okay, sure, but like that's not gonna cure the flu. And he was like, stop eating fatty fried foods. Like, and I'm like, that's not the reason why I have the flu. Like, but yeah, that was the text that my dad sent. Yeah, he's something for sure.
Now you're starting to get all close to the.
Okay.
No, it's okay. So let's see who else. Oh, what happened to Satoshi? He's like I'm out of here. He just left his guitar there. Anybody want to play another song?
Sure.
You guys getting bored
Yeah.
yet?
I'm down for a song.
All right. Let's have it then, Ronan.
Cool. So I guess I'm gonna play an older one from one of my first or second solo album, and I just got this new capo, by the way, or capo, however you pronounce it.
No idea.
And usually when you put a capo on the guitar, if you're a guitarist, it sets the guitar a little bit out of tune because it's pushing down on the strings, and some of the thicker strings and thinner strings get pushed differently, and the guitar neck is different to other guitar necks. So you put the capo on and it goes out of tune. You got to retune it. I just got this new capo that says it doesn't do that, and it's true. This is a really cool capo. You put it on here and the tuning stays perfect.
Nice.
So you can just move the thing up and down the neck without retuning, which is such a relief, such a nice thing. Anyway, this is called Of Turning Corners. Of turning corners and turning my back on you, things that I thought it's you, behind a smile, your look it carries, every little inch of us, shows every angle on this thing that we have. I have to get away, have to get away. I have to get away, have to get away. But I know just what it's worth. The blue way you soothe my hurt, cocoon in the morning with you, wrapped in sunlight. I could lose years here, never even thinking twice. What was it I wanted from life before all of this? I have to get away, have to get away. I have to get away, have to get away. I have to get away, have to get away, yeah. From this thing that we have. I have to get away, have to get away. I have to get away, have to get away. I have to get away, have to get away, yeah. From this thing that we have. From this thing that we have.
work, man.
Quick disclaimer on this. I wrote this many years ago, so this is not how I feel today about anybody that I'm with today, but it's a nice song. So sometimes I play these old songs, I'm like, you were a real bitter, negative person back then. But it's still a beautiful song. I'm sure we can all identify with the feelings in it. Just disclaimer.
We got it. Okay, well, I feel like Satoshi and Chiaki should get to play a little bit. Haven't played much.
Yeah,
Who would like to play?
I can.
I'm
Okay.
wondering,
Okay.
can we do
Okay.
like jam all together?
I don't think it would work.
Wait.
I think there's too much latency to I mean, it's maybe if it were like noisy, it might work, but I think on time, it's because I know from doing lessons that trying to play with my students together, it just doesn't really sync up.
Okay.
Okay. This is very short and simple song. The name is Otona. Otona means adult.昔のことを思い出すあなたはいつも暗い顔してた理由はいつもくだらないあなたはいつも暗い顔してた最近はいつも口が曲がっている最近はなんだか優しい顔になったよね最近は最近は最近は大人になったねあなた
Very nice.
Thank you.
Really good, Chiaki. I love this new stuff. It's so good.
Thank you. This is very simple.
Yeah, beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
So how about what'd you think of that, Sherry?
I thought it was so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, like every time like someone plays something, I always have to like look at the video so I can like hear it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like I have to be like
Just focus on one sense at a time.
Exactly, yeah. So good. I was also ordering Postmates too. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What did you order?
It was great. So I got Korean fried chicken, and I also got some side of bok choy, and then.
Oh, wait, didn't you hear what your father said about that fried food?
Oh yeah. I don't care. I don't care. It only affects him, not me.
You're
Yeah,
gonna get the flu again. Eat that fried food.
exactly. Yeah. Oh well. Honestly, though, like when I had the flu, it was really weird though, because back in January when I had the flu, I went into the doctor's office. They said that I didn't like test positive for the flu, and it was like the worst flu like I ever had.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, you got it because, especially too, they say that most of the cases of coronavirus came from New York or from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And you work
Yeah,
in
yeah.
fashion, and it was like all the people from fashion are coming from
Mm-hmm.
Italy and Europe, and like you
Mhm.
were totally exposed to all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're saying too, like they found what the first European case they found is like all the way back in December now or something. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't it that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why
It
they would.
didn't-
I don't know why they would think it would take more than like 24 hours for to travel from one place to another. You know, there's like
I mean,
flights
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
literally. And also like Victor, he got really sick at
he
my
was
party
very
too.
sick. Yeah, he was
He
very
was
sick.
exactly, yeah. I mean,
And
I
the
don't know.
thing
I thought
is
that was
too is he got really sick, and he also lost his sense of smell.
Did he really?
Yep. And when I got really sick this last time, and
Mm-hmm.
where I thought I had it, he didn't catch it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really strange, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so it almost seems like he had it that he got from you, and then
Maybe.
I don't
I
know.
don't. Well, it was like literally like 8 people from my birthday party that night all got sick.
Yeah,
It was strange. They
yeah,
all said it was like the worst thing that they've ever had in a while.
it's probably what it was. I mean, all the random tests they've done for the antibodies, it's like 21% of New Yorkers have tested
Okay,
positive.
right. I think you can go in now, right, into like any city MD and get it.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Huh. Okay.
But then you have
I'm
to
not
go
gonna
into
lie.
a city MD.
Oh wait, what was that?
I said then you have to go into a city MD.
That's true. There's like a giant line in front of the city MD in Union Square.
Oh, really?
Like yeah. Mhm. I mean, then again though, I think your insurance covers it.
It can, yeah.
Like free.
Well, it depends on what kind of
Okay.
insurance you have.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. I was gonna say. Oh, can I show you guys my plants later?
Sure.
Okay. I'm like really excited about them, so I just want to like share them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
how about Mr. Satoshi? Are you ready?
Sure.
Are you ready to give us another song?
Yes. I'm gonna play a Japanese song that was dedicated to my friends when they married. As an Echoscape band played at their wedding party. This song, it's in Japanese, but the translated title is "A Harmony of Subways," like subway, like the trains, the sandwich shops, just the trains. 一から始めようそんな余裕はなかった地下鉄のせいに僕らは身を任す僕たちが今向かう場所は
心地で縮づかされた近いようで遠ざかる共鳴する地下鉄の和声は美しみ深き神様がいたとしてすべて許されるなら僕は罪を犯し続けるだろう階段を下って改札を抜けた朝祈りの音楽に僕らは身を任す僕たちが今向かう場所は心地で縮づかされた近いようで遠ざかる振動する地下鉄の和声は今日もまた吸い込まれ消えてゆく暗闇に脈を打つ駆け巡るこの街を駆けてゆく聞こえないふりをして目が合って目をそらすすれ違う僕たちは駅を後にかけてゆく僕たちが今向かう場所は心地で縮づかされた近いようで遠ざかる共鳴する地下鉄の和声は
Thank you.
Very nice. I like that one.
Thanks.
Really good.
Yeah, nice work. Had a kind of a early Dylan-esque feel to it at times as well, which is really cool.
Thank you. But in Japanese.
Who is like the Japanese equivalent of Bob Dylan? Is there one? They're like a really famous Japanese folk singer.
There, I don't know. There are a few. Maybe like Haruomi Hosono is a little bit well known outside Japan. He played for this folk band called Happy End.
Oh yeah. Hold on one second. Oli, you know, when you type in the chat, or if anybody types in the chat, they can see that on the screen. So, but Oli's getting ready to head out. Unmute your mic, Oli. Oli. Mike. There you go.
We're just our screen, I thought.
No, because I have it going through this.
Busted.
It's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't like you said anything bad, but...
I was talking
This
to
stream sucks. I'm out of here.
God, I hate all these people watching this.
Okay.
But all right, Oli. Well, thanks for coming on. And
Thanks for having me. Sorry, I was too shy tonight.
That's all right.
Next time.
Tell Larry we said hi or good night.
I will. I'll tell him tomorrow, not tonight.
All right. Larry the bird.
Guys.
Night, Oli.
Bye, Larry.
Hi.
Come by
See
to Let's Sing on Monday.
Yeah, go check out Let's Sang on Instagram.
You won't regret it.
It's really hilarious, actually. It's a lot of
Very
fun.
nice. All right. Bye.
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 I I think you need to hang up.
I just closed the window. Damn it.
Okay. I think it worked. All right, guys. Well, it's actually, we've been on here for almost 2 hours now. Time is flown by.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Ronan,
I'm very comfortable right now.
Are you?
Yep.
You're like in bed.
I am. I'm pretty comfortable. This is great. Like, I'm watching you guys play music. I'm like laying on my bed.
And you do know there's like strangers on the internet watching you.
There is like on. There is.
Yeah, this is the live stream.
Oh, I thought we were just like recording a video.
Oh, MG.
Oh. Well, hi everyone.
Oh man.
I didn't read through your thing very very thoroughly.
You just agreed.
So,
You're like, sure, I'll
I
do
just
that, whatever it
agreed.
is.
Sure, yeah. But it's okay. I'm cool with it. I don't care. This is fun.
I wish I'd had the part. I wish
Sure.
I'd been streaming the part when you called in from the park. Next time, I'll have to have you
Yeah,
call in
next
it. You can be like a correspondent on the street. You can, like,
Oh yeah, like live from Pier 57. People are really sucking at social distancing. Then I can show you guys the people that are in the park that are like total morons. But yeah. Actually, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
and I can even like live stream it like from my phone as I'm like riding my bike, and I can be like, "Look, guys."
yeah, don't do that. That's too dangerous.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Nope. Nope.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up. Been a good stream, and thank you all for coming on and celebrating my 10,000 subscriber special.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the 10,000.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Woo.
I'm right behind you. I just need another 958, and I'll be right there.
Well, you'll get there.
Congratulations.
Keep working on it. Sure. It's thanks, Sherry. What was I gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
Getting tired. I was just gonna mention to. Oh, I said Sherry, and Siri thought I said Siri thought I was talking to her.
Okay, literally, that happens to me all the time. Like I'm serious. Like every time, like my friend is like calling me, like they'll be like, "Sure," and then they'll be like, "Doo-doo," like, and I'm like, "No," like.
Does yours
Sherry,
respond to
Siri.
other people?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Mine does all the time. It's not supposed to, but mine's an idiot. Mine responds to
Mine's an-
everybody.
I mean, yeah, I think honestly, like like Siri is not that bright.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, you know what? Funny story, actually. Sorry, I know you guys are about to go, but like, so you know how my name is like Sherry?
Yeah, I do know.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So like, basically, like so it's like begins with a sh sound. So I feel like every time like someone says I feel like everyone's like talking about me, like sh.
But little
By
do
the
you
way,
know, they're
yeah.
just shushing you.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah. It was just an observation that I made. It's like I feel like it's like shh, and I'm like, are you like are you guys calling me or like I don't know.
You're doing
Just
the
something I noticed.
you're doing the parent FaceTime again.
Oh, am I really? Sorry, I just like
It's fine.
sometimes I can't like see the screen, so I have to be like, because like your thing is like kind of small,
Yeah.
so I have to be like, yeah, but yeah, there you go.
Extreme close up. Sherry vision.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything they want to add before we head out? No? Yes, no?
Stay safe, everybody. Don't lose your minds in the lockdown.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Keep making music and do that. Just everybody make music.
Mhm.
Thanks for having us on, Justin. Really appreciate it.
Thanks you guys a lot for coming on.
Thank you, Justin.
It's actually really great just to hang out and do the stream and all that stuff. It's really cool.
This is fun. I like this. Can we do this again?
Absolutely.
I was thinking to play one more thing.
You want to play? Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I have my guitar here, so I'm gonna play the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have it then. Got some serious delay
let
going
me know
on.
if you hear the sound, right?
I hear it.
Thank you, guys.
Nice, man. That was really cool.
Yeah, just one.
Awesome.
One of my band's songs. It's called Andalusia. It's, I think it's played somewhere. It's our bass player came up with this name, so it's.
I like how when you use effects, you're not afraid to use effects.
I like effects, man. I'm a fan of effects.
You're like, just turn that repeat up as far as it'll go.
Yeah, but it doesn't get out of control. It's like there's so much delay. I'd be afraid to just for everything to start cascading and lose control. But you're like, no, fuck it, and you just ride it, and it works. Really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, let's call it a night, and we'll come back soon and do another one. I like to have these streams every so often. It's fun. Maybe for one of them I'll actually play, but I've done live streams myself, and it's easier, or there's a lot to manage here with all this connections, so it's like it's easier for me to just let you guys play and me handle all the technical crap. But anyway, okay, I keep babbling. All right, guys, everybody, thanks for watching. Let me try to make my screen a little bigger here for a second. Thanks for coming on, everybody, and yeah, check out everybody's websites and their social media. For me, I only have this and anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. So definitely check that out. I just released a new album too called The Pan Demos. So if you guys get a chance, check that out.
Awesome title.
I like it.
Thanks. It's kind of like a lo-fi rock thing. It's just straight up me playing guitar, bass, and drums. No MIDI or anything like that. Called Pan Demos.
How do you spell that?
Like PAN-DEMOS.
Okay.
It's on the
Gotcha.
website, anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. It's also on my YouTube channel, too, here, so you can check it out there. And soon it'll be on Spotify and all that stuff. Pretty soon. What are you holding up there, Satoshi? Say something so it'll give you the camera.
This is Echoscape Total back.
Oh, yeah. Cool. That's really cool.
I have plenty of those waiting to be shipped, so check out my Bandcamp.
Nice.
It's there. I think
Echoscape.bandcamp.com.
Yes. I think international shipping is allowed. I think, maybe.
Did
Maybe
you draw
not.
that?
No, the graphic designer, illustrator did it. She drew like one of the album jacket called Half Moon, where Justin's played drums for 3 songs in it.
I like it.
Thanks. Check out on Bandcamp where Chiaki and her bandmates did modeling for us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, check that out.
All right, guys. Chiaki, Satoshi, Sherry, Ronan, and Yannick, thanks for coming on, and thanks to everybody for watching. And we'll do it again soon.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. How do you end the call?
I
Is it
don't
the
know.
red button?